Hello, everybody. I think we are live right now. Um, let's see. Okay, now everything's up to date. I was like, what's going on? If you can hear me, just let me know real quick. I mean, my microphone should be working. And if you're here, just say hi. We'll be starting here in about. We'll be starting in about 4 minutes ish. And before we start, I guess I could just show you. I could just show you. This is where I got the data. So I got the data set for this project right here, and I'm going to put this link in the description so anybody that wants to look at this data set can come here. So if you go to this GitHub page and then you go to time series, this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using these 3 data sets in today's visualization, which is going to be fun. I think so. And this is the same data set but organized a little differently. So I'm going to put the link to this data set in the description for this video. And real quick, before I do anything, let me just double check and make sure my mic is working. Okay, mic is working. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up Tableau Public. So I actually have Tableau Public installed. And the reason why I'm using Tableau Public is so that I'll be able to share the data easily with everybody. So with Tableau Public, the first thing is to connect your data set. So I'm going to be getting the data set from Excel. This is where I have the data set saved. Okay, so this is the data set here, and I have some cool ideas of visualizations we can create. So, all right, somebody said Mike is good. That's good. Regina said Mike is good. That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know. It's not good to like go through this whole thing and I'll be like, oh, my mic is not working, you know? So I have some cool ideas of visualizations we could create. So I was thinking we could look at each country with their total numbers. We could look at the country with their total numbers by date. That'll be a stacking bar graph. We could look at the total numbers worldwide by date. So this would be like a map visualization. So these are some ideas of visualizations. These are some ideas of visualizations I could create. And if you guys are watching, you can also let me know what visualizations you think would be cool. So let's start by looking at each country with the total numbers of confirmed cases, death, and recovered cases. So let's start with that. Let's name this sheet. Let's say country. How about we say cases by country. So and let's we need to say let's location. How about this? Let's use this sheet right here. So this is kind of like the data set I created manually. Maybe I can show you guys real quick the actual data set. So time series config confirm. This is the original data set, death and recovered. So this is the original data set, and I kind of combined the totals by the date. So on this date, this is the total number of death, and recovered cases and confirmed cases, and then I also did it by location. So that's how I got this data, but this is like the original data set here. All right, so we are going to be using total numbers by location. And here, one thing we could do, we could create a bar graph that says, okay, for each country, what is like the total number of confirmed death, confirmed recovered cases, and confirmed death and recovered cases. So let's do this. Let's actually put this. Let's do this here. Let's actually put country. No. We'll just play around with this and kind of see what we get here. Let's do measure values. Whoa. Okay, so China is kind of like taking over everybody's stuff. So let's switch this around and kind of see. Let's see what visualizations we could do here. I don't want latitude or longitude number. I don't want this. So China is kind of like taking over. So this is so the total number of recovered cases in China is about 1.2 million, and the number of deaths in China is about 93,000, and the number of confirmed cases in China as of today, or as of yesterday really, is about 2.8 million. Jennifer's screen looks a bit fuzzy. Hope it clears up soon. So here we are looking at like, so for each country, so this is not really helping a whole lot, because China's numbers is kind of like way off the chart. How could we make this? I mean, we could show filter. And we could say show filter from this, and let's remove this. Okay, so we could, listen, instead of selecting everything, let's remove China here. Okay. I don't want this data here. What I do want though is let's take measure values here and use this for the color. Okay. And again, China's data is overtaking every other data. Let's see if we can look at this. That's not helping either. Whoa. What do you guys, okay. Let's see if we could remove measure names from here. Okay. Yeah, so the number from China is overpowering everything, so nothing else is really showing up very well. Let's look at different types of ways to represent this data. I'm trying to think of the best way to represent this data so it makes sense, you know. You guys also let me know what you think. So I think I'm going to leave it like this, but then instead of choosing all the countries, I'll just choose, let's say, one country at a time. Okay? Or you can, I think this is how I'm going to do it. So let's find the US since we're in the US. Well, I'm in the US, so actually it would be interesting to find out which countries you guys are like watching from. Let's do US. Okay, so I think this is one way we could represent the data. From here you can kind of choose the different countries and be like, okay, so for, let's say, this country, this is the number of confirmed cases. What, this is US. So this is the number of confirmed cases in the US. This is the number of death in the US. This is the number of recovered cases in the US so far. Let's remove the US data and kind of see. Okay, once you remove the US data, like other data sets pop up. So this is one way we could visualize the data. Let me know like what you think about one way we could visualize this data. So we could leave this filter here. If you show all the countries at once, it kind of looks fuzzy, like it doesn't look too good because the numbers are not proportionate. We could also let's duplicate this and we could present this as a cross tab. Yeah, we could present this as a cross tab. Let's duplicate this. Alright, so let's rename this so we know what we are working with. And here let's remove okay, let's just do country. Okay, and now let's add the number of confirmed cases here, the number of recovered cases, and then the number of deaths for each country. So this is another way we could represent the data here. And of course you could go through this. Let's see if we can add a filter. And let's show this filter. So people show filter. Okay, so people could select, instead of selecting everything, you could just select Argentina and kind of see the information related to the countries that you choose. Actually, let's go ahead and start our dashboard and kind of start putting this data together. So we could create multiple dashboard here. So let's do I want this to be automatic. Okay, and let's use I want this information here. Let's see. I do not want this to take up the whole space. Standard. Well, in the future, when I have more dashboards, I'll add it. I'll put it next to this. Okay, and let's use. Okay, I want to remove this filter, so let's see here. That removes that filter. Here, let me close this for a second. And I want this information to be on top, so let's see here. All right, and then I want this information to be small, and I want it to be, let's say, on top here, right around there. Yeah, so total confirmed by this date, total confirmed that, and total recover. So this information is going to be updated like daily. Today is 3/16, but so this is the data we have up until this date. All right, so let's look at now. Let's put this down here, and I'm going to add more stuff to this, so I can expand this. Okay, and let's use this dashboard as a filter. That means that whatever we choose here, so here, whenever I choose something here, let me take this out. Whenever I choose something here, I want the change to occur right here and also right here. So I need to link these data sets together. Let's just, okay. So if we go back to either one of these sheets and let's click on this and let's do apply to all using, do I want to do this? Yeah, let's apply to all using this data source. And basically what that does is whenever I click on something, whatever I choose here on this filter will be applied to this and this. And I want to use this dashboard as a filter. So let me click on it. So whenever I click on this, it should make changes to this. Actually, okay, there we go. So I'm using this dashboard as a filter, this sheet as a filter. So if I click on this, changes will be made to this. All right. So we got something going on here. So what we have so far is, the ability to choose different countries and kind of view the data for it. So we can choose the different countries because there's many different countries for you to choose from. Ooh, the US data overshadows over all the other data. So we can look at US data, UK data. So this is kind of a way for you to compare the data from different countries. That's cool. And let's say if we choose this, that information is highlighted down here. I'm liking this so far. Let's create more stuff. Says unable to connect to chat, please try again later. Let's say, can you see my chat? For some reason it said it wasn't connecting to chat. Let's add more stuff to this. Okay, let's do some calculations. How about we look at the percentage of confirmed cases to death and then confirmed cases to recovered. That seems like a good idea of something we could visualize. Alright, let's say create calculated field, and let's call this percent of confirmed to recovered. Okay, and hold up. So this would be total confirmed. Right? Wait, am I doing this math wrong? Total death divided by total confirmed. Let's put this in parentheses. I can't believe I just did that. Times 100, right? To okay, now let's do okay. Yeah, I'm 100% sure I did the math wrong. That's what I was thinking. I did it backwards. This should be over here. So the total number of confirmed. You know what? Why am I even trying to do this math in my head? So actually, hold on. That doesn't make sense at all. I'm trying to see the number of this number divided by this number. So I had it right the first time and I messed up again. You know, when you're in that, just pull out your calculator and do the calculation manually. So what we have is supposed to be the number of recovered, which is like 332, divided by 5930 times 100. So that's 5.59% of confirmed cases to recovered cases for United Kingdom so far. Okay, this is just based on the data we have. Alright, so that's what the number, that 5.59 is the number that's supposed to be here. So let's go ahead and do our calculation. I was looking at the wrong number. That's why. So this is total recovered divided by total confirmed. %56. Is it rounding it? Oh, I see what the problem is. Now I see what the problem is. Here we don't want the percentage, we just want the actual number. Well, that's not helpful. I want the measure and I want the count. Not the count. I want the no, hold on. No. Why is it doing that? Doing calculate well, that didn't work. I'm trying to see how this is because I want to add that information to this so you can be like, okay, so let me see. Ooh. That's not what I want. I don't want the sum. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all because if we do 332 divided by, let's say, okay, and then we multiply by 100, that's 5.59%. That's what this number should be. Well, it's not showing me what I want to show, but let's create other things and add it to our visualization here. I'll figure it out. Like, once I figure this out, I'll just add it here and you guys will be able to see it. Actually, let's go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and click on save. Let's call it COVID-19 visualization. And I'm going to post the link to this in the description below right now so you can play with this. Alright. Let's go ahead and send this over. Let's see, send to... So I'm sending this to my other desktop. And I'm going to add this in the description right now. Actually, let me add it right here. So right now, if you look at in the description for this video, you should see the link to this dashboard and you can play with it. But I wanted to create other dashboards. I wanted to say each country with their total numbers by date. So like a stacking bar graph. And let's go back to Tableau here and try to create it. Let's create a new worksheet and let's say visualization by date. And data I want a new data set. Let's go here to this and I want I think I want this by date. I actually do not want a union of these two data sets. So if we go here, I see. Let's remove this one and let's see, how do we connect to a new data set? Okay. All right, so basically here we are trying to see, so for each date we are trying to create maybe like a line graph that shows that for each date this is kind of want it to be like a line graph. Let's switch this around. No. Let's see. I actually don't want the sum. I just want the number. Well, that's not helping. Let's see. Wait. No, I don't want the date. I want it by day. That's not happening. No, I want it by hmm week number. Okay. Let's do it by let's see. If you have any question, you can let me know. Oh wow. That is crazy. So I want this here. So actually I also want to add color using this. So okay. Maybe I want this on one whole graph. I think I may want this on one whole graph. So let's do this differently. Let's do measure values and let's remove the number of records and let's do attributes dimension. No, let's do it by attribute. Okay, so here we can kind of see that for each date, and I want a different color. So this data goes from like January 22nd all the way to March 15th. I want label next to I want the, let's say, measure values. I want this to represent the color. And I want different color palette. This is not fun. Let's choose actually I want something else. Let's do use separate legends. Yeah. So let's give this color of, let's make this the number of confirmed cases. Let's make it, I don't know, does that color work? Let's make it green. Sure, why not? Okay. And for the number of death, let's make that red because death is not good. Let's make it red. Okay. And then for the number of recovered cases, let's make that, what's a color between red and green? We could leave it as blue. Sure, why not? Okay, so what we are looking at here is like we could also make this, instead of a, let's do automatic. Let's choose a, let's go to show me and see. That's no. Let's go back to what we had before. Now No, I think a line graph best represent this. So I think, yeah, this is best represented by a line graph, but I want to add I do want to add some detail. Let's add some size. Let's make this bigger. Yeah. Too big. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now let's do I think I do want to add labels to it. So let's do measure values again, but this time let's change this to label. Ooh, that's too many numbers. That's too many numbers. That is way too many numbers. Actually, we could put this show filter. We could also leave this filter right here. Let's see. Text is measure values. Okay, so we could do it by that. Confirmed. Hold on, let's do tooltip measure names. Actually, I want the measure values to be the tooltip too. So measure values for the tooltip. Let's see. What I wanted to do is with when I hover over it, I want to show what these are individual line graphs though, so we really can't do that. Let's see if we could do it individually. So let's try this. Confirmed. There we go. That's working. So basically, when you hover over something, when you hover over the line, it will show you that on this date on this date we are like 84,000 total, confirmed cases, death and recovered cases. So you could visualize this by date, which is nice. So I could change this to make it even more detailed. Let's see. Format. I think the way the date is fine. But I think I may want to add like more dates, grand totals. Let me see. Well, no, that's not what I wanted to do. This dash should, hold on, I don't think I need this. What I wanted to search labels, I wanted to show never mind. I wanted to show filter. I wanted to format this a little. No, edit filter. What I want to do here is I want to I do not want to combine the legend. Let's see. I want line ends. No. Selected. Okay. Yeah, so basically the way this graph works is that what we are looking at here is the graph that shows the confirmed cases, death and recovered cases worldwide from like January 2019 to March 15th so far. So you can see like the dramatic increase in the number of confirmed cases. So we could go ahead and add this to our visualization. Let's see. Let's add this here. All right, so we have more visualization to add. I actually want this to hold on, let me make this float. Trying to figure this out yet. No, I do not want this visualization here. So remove this. What's this? I do not want this here. Okay, I want this here. And then I want this to float too. I want this to float. Cool. And I also want this to float. So this is like one dashboard we could build. Okay, so this is one visualization we could create here. So and then you can hover over any of these and then you can kind of see the stat like for each day, right? Since January 19th, this is like the number of cases. And of course you could let's see here. Let me go ahead and save this. All right, so if we go back online, you can kind of see the updated view here. So, and of course I'm going to add well, this doesn't look good, so I'm going to adjust this. Now I know what this looks like. All right, let's go back here and let's create some more visualizations. Let's look at more visualizations. All right, so I think I might make this visualization the same color as this. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. I wanted to adjust this so it looks a lot better. So let's make this smaller. Okay. Maybe make this a little bit larger. Cool. So that's one of the visualizations we could create right here. Now let's see what other visualization idea did I come up with. Each country with their total by date. Maybe I don't know. So let's create a map visualization. And yeah, let's just create some map visualizations, and I think that'll be it for this visualization. We could create other graphs. So let's see, we could create countries. Yeah, let's just play around a little bit. So we'll just create some map visualizations, and then we'll just play around with the data, kind of see what kind of visualizations we could create to kind of see what's going on here. All right, so let's leave this as it is right now. Although for this one, I think I was adding up. Let's see, could we add one more filter here? Let's say we could do let's just, if we added this filter, let's do what would this look like? No, that's not necessary. Let's create a new worksheet, and let's call this one, let's say map visualization. Let me see. So we have here we have the countries, and we have the total numbers for each country. Could we do for each country? Could we do a stacked? Okay. No, we could do a stacked graph here, but it wouldn't look too good. Yeah, this is not a good place to use a stacked graph. Yeah, I think this is still the best way to represent this data. If we just do a singular one, this may not actually be a bad representation of the data. But how does that look like in our dashboard? So for each country, you kind of see, so total confirmed death for US. Now I still think this format will probably be the best way to visualize this data. Now we know we've been hearing a lot. Let's look at Italy. Can I see what their data looks like? Italy. Yeah. Let's Cambodia. Let's look at UK. We already have UK there. Let's look at Ireland. Well, Italy has 142,000 confirmed cases. Damn. Wow, it's really, really bad in Italy. It's bad all over the world, really. Anyway, let's move on and create some more visualization. I don't want to keep you here for forever. Alright, so for this visualization, let's pull from so we could look at confirmed cases. Let's just start by looking at confirmed cases. And let's go back to not this. I want this there. Okay. So here we could do longitude and latitude, and let's make this into a map. That's what I was looking for. And let's do let's just do, let's say, measure values. Map visualization. Let's do this into a map, and let's use country. And that's not what I was looking for. Let's look at it. Let's look at it by, let's do this. Ugh. What is that? No, that's not helping. That's not what I wanted. Let's clear this workbook. Let's try something else. Let's do it by No, that's not helping. Let's see. So I want to create like a map that shows. First of all, this shouldn't be. We need to change this to dimension. Right? I think that should be a dimension. So I want the measure values the measure values. Okay, I do not want that. Okay, and I also want it's not showing me what I want to see. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Let's see. I created a map earlier today. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, and now let's see. Longitude and latitude. So as you can see here with a map, so we have the dimensions 0 to 2 measures. So let's see, measure values. Okay, so we have the longitude and latitude, right? That's not. Okay. Fix map. Let's see. Okay, that's the view I was looking for. It's like I did this earlier. Let me see. So yeah, we have a map of the data. The country there is Russia. And let's try this. Okay, so for each of these countries, I want to see the data for it. So I want to see the, how do I want to represent this? So for each one of the countries, I want to see oh, I have an idea. For each one of these countries, I want to see the total numbers for it. I think that's okay. Because before I was like, I'm not quite sure what map visualization I want to create. Let's see. Total. Okay, so yeah, this is what I want. So confirmed. We could add this as a tooltip. Okay, so we could even look at it by country, by province. So okay, so we could let's say so we could zoom into the US here. All right, so this is kind of the data I was looking for. I was looking to create. So this is one visualization that we could create. And basically this visualization is going to show, so for each country and for each region, we can kind of see the quick stats for it. Nevada, US, Montana, British Columbia. Yeah, I like these visualizations. Hawaii, 18 confirmed cases, no death, and no recovered cases so far. So this is good. So let me see. How do I want this to be moved? So okay, so now we could move this around. Let's search for, let's say, Japan. And we could zoom into Japan. Let's search for Italy. And then we could zoom into Italy. Let's search for something like US. And then we could see the cases for US. Let's search for something like Washington. Let's see, could we search Washington, United States? And we could kind of see the data for Washington, United States. So we could search for specific data. Okay, like, is there anything else you guys like you all want to see? For some reason it kind of says that I can connect to chat, so I don't know if I can connect to chat and I can see your chat, or if it's something different. All right, so I want to go ahead and I want a different view for this too. So okay, that looks cool. So we can kind of see the world map and kind of get a general overview of where the virus is. So if I click this button, I get to fix the map. Okay, and if we choose this visualization, you can kind of zoom into different areas. And here you can look at different areas. So let's change this to, yeah, so you can kind of click around and look at stuff. So I think this is really cool. I think this would be a cool map to add to our dashboard. So let's create two versions of this map. So we have a map that kind of shows for each country and for each region, you know, what is the total number of confirmed cases, death, and recovered cases. So yeah, let me go ahead and duplicate this, and this time let's use this visualization, and let's go to our dashboard and let's find where to add our maps. So we may want to make this, let's make this smaller maybe. I don't think this here is necessary. Because it's very obvious. You can just look at it here and kind of see that, hey, this is the confirmed cases, this is the death, and this is the total recovered. So this information is not necessary. Let's go ahead and remove this one. Okay. Let me see if I can improve this so that the name of the measure appears here. Let's see. Measure name, and I want that to be the tooltip, and measure names, I also want that to be the label. I don't want to show the filter. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Okay. That looks good to me, actually. Let me see. So I want the measure name and I also want the measure values. And you can kind of hover over it and also look at the data. Let's yeah, if I do highlighted, then no, I just do all. Ooh, that's way too many data. Now, none of this looks good. Let's just leave it as it is like this. Okay. So, okay, that looks good to me so far. So, with that done, I don't need this information here. I don't need this information. So that kind of cleans up our visualization dashboard a little bit, because here we have like confirmed, recovered, death, as of this date. So yeah, this will allow us to now let's say map visualization. I think I want the two maps to be on top though. Oh, okay, I think I have an idea. The two maps could be on top and this other information could be at the bottom. Let's see how that will look. We may have to create two dashboards for this. I'm going to edit that later. So let's see if we can add this here. I'm wondering, should I yeah, everything is not going to fit on one dashboard and also look very good. So we may create multiple dashboards for this. That would probably be the best idea. Okay. Let's create a second dashboard. So we have different dashboard here. It might be better off side by side. That doesn't seem bad. Let's search for something like, let's say, okay. Why is there no data attached to it? I don't know. We'll fix that in a minute, hopefully. See, 385, 345 unknown locations. That's not good. So let's go back to, instead of using the generated longitude and latitude, we could use the actual. Let's change this back into measure. So in Tableau, measure, so in Tableau, measure is numbers, integers, and dimension is categorical variables. So let's use the actual latitude and actual longitude. Yeah, it's still saying 345 unknown locations. So let me remove this. Let's see. Cruise ship is unrecognized. Of course, cruise ship doesn't have a recognized matching location. Okay. Okay, let's see. So the cruise ship is going to be like the open waters, you know. Let's just put this as okay. Let's see here. Okay, cruise ship is fine. And let's look at state slash province. Ooh. Okay, so I see the problem is like cities. Oh, I see. So I have to go in manually and correct all this data. Let me see. Let's open the original data and kind of see. Let's see if there's a long. Let's see here. Um, okay, so I see what the problem is. So a lot of these cities here. That makes sense. So Floyd, Georgia, U.S. I see what the problem is. It's not recognizing these locations. I may have to go in and do it manually in order for it to recognize what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot to do manually. Let me see if I can. And to see, I'm thinking of the possibly the best way to fill in this data without doing it manually. Okay. So it's able to recognize the state names, but it's not able to recognize the cities. Okay. Now let's search for something like Georgia. It says confirm total death and everything. So I may have to convert the city level data to state level data. Let me see if I could do it. Let's see. Let's say, could we do Belgium? Not very useful for us. Could we add state and province here? Oh. Okay. That's not very useful data. So yeah, this is recognized as a state, but the cities inside it is not recognized. That's a problem. Okay, that's something I can fix later. And once I fix it, this will be automatically updated. So I'll fix it later. And try to add the geography. I mean the longitude and latitude manually. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's a way for me to ooh. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, okay. So we could also choose county here. What did I just do? I don't know what I clicked on. I'm trying to see the best way to do this so that it will include all the data sets. I mean, all the locations. And this is definitely state and province. But unfortunately, in this data set, the city, I think so. The city is included with the state information. So the best way to probably do this is kind of like go back to the data set and create a new column called city, and then just move the US cities to that column. And then when we come back here, we could it will be able to recognize it as a city. Because in this column has like data for the city, it has the data for the country, it has the data for the state, It's just like everything is gobbled into this column right here. So some data cleaning is will be required for this. And of course, this is the country right here. Yeah, definitely some data cleaning will be required to separate the cities from the state. And once we separate the city from the state, this all of this will be more recognized. So this is by county, I'm guessing. County, county, county. Okay, so this is county, not individual cities. I'm guessing. Okay. So this information is by county. This US information here is by county and not by state. So the best way to probably deal with this information will be to like create a new column that just has these counties in a separate has these counties in a separate column. So when we come back to Tableau, we'll be able to choose the county. When we go to geographic region, you can say it's a county. And yeah, because they put county information inside the state column, so it's confusing everything. That's why we have like 345 unknown locations, because the counties is not actually a state. That's something I can fix easily. I can fix that later, and then I'll add that information here. Let me see. Could I generate my own value from the longitude and latitude? Let's say let's see if we could. Oh, okay, so we could change this from here. Let's see. We could geographic row. So this is the latitude. We could use this. Let's see if we can use it to generate our own latitude information. Let's see. Yeah, so I think this generated longitude and latitude is like I'm just playing around with this to kind of see what we get here. So latitude, let's use this as a longitude, and let's put this also as a dimension. Ooh, I figured it out. Oh my gosh, I feel like a genius right now. So this is really exciting. So basically, now we have a more accurate map of the whole world. So this is really exciting. So now we could search for, let's say, King County, Washington. King County, Washington. Yeah, and then we can see the information just for King County, Washington. This is so dope. I'm so excited right now. I need to wrap up very soon because it's almost like 8:19 p.m. Okay. Around 9 p.m. I need to go work out. I've been sitting down all day. Okay. This is exciting. Okay, so basically when I use the generated latitude and longitude, it had like missing values and it was inaccurate. So if we go to this one, so I'm using the generated one. It's giving me 345 unknowns because it's not able to map all the countries. And it's not able to map all the locations from the longitude and latitude. But then if I use the actual latitude and the actual longitude, first of all, that looks dope. Okay. And if we change this from, let's say, the average and change this to dimension, and let's choose this visualization. Hold on. Okay. Why is it not creating a map of everywhere else? It's just creating a map of like a few countries. But for countries like this, it's not like creating a map. Oh, maybe it's because for countries like France, we just have a single number. Let's go to the US. So you could look at a map of the whole world from this, which is super cool. And from here you could search for different countries. So let's look at the US. Let's zoom into the US. I'm in Washington, so I'm interested in Washington. So when you hover over a state, it will tell you the latitude and the longitude. Then it will tell you the state is Washington, and then it will tell you the total confirmed, total death, and total recovered. And then if you hover over a particular if you hover over a particular county, it will tell you the county it is, and it will give you the stats for it too. Yeah, so this is really cool. This is dope. I like this a lot. I'm happy we were able to get here tonight. Like, yeah. I'm happy we made it this far tonight. Okay, let's add these visualizations in our dashboard, I guess. Oh, I actually want super cool colors. Hold on, let's see. Um let's see. Let's add one more information here. Let's see. Country slash states. Where do you want the colors to be? Let's see. Okay, that looks dope. Whoa. Okay, now that just looks dope. Um, we can kind of see what the different colors mean. We can go to Russia. Antarctica. Let's see, one unknown. What is that? Let's see, what was the longitude and latitude for the cruise ship? Let's see. Okay. So let's do this manually. Let's manually enter the location for the cruise ship, for the Diamond cruise ship, which was a place where they had like confirmed case. So this was what's this information? So the first one is the latitude. Let's go back here and let's see. So the latitude information is and the longitude information. Oops. Wrong window. Longitude information. Alright. So I really don't know if I want the different colors here for the different maps. This looks dope, but I don't know how useful it is. Let me see. Canada. Canada. Um okay. If I do it like this without showing, so if I search for, let's say, King County, Washington, or let's just search for um, United States. It doesn't give us so it tells us the longitude and latitude. But it doesn't give us information for individual states. Yeah, that looks very boring. Here, let's break it down. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So let me go back to a different data set. Let's go back to this data set here. And let's add okay. Hmm. Yeah, let's use this for the color. And let's zoom out and kind of see what it looks like. Mm. Uh, that doesn't help with our visualization. Now, let's remove this. And let's change this to okay. Null. Okay. That looks a little bit better. What does it mean by null? Oh, that's where like there's no okay, let's do country by region. Okay. So now let's see what our maps looks like. Does it matter the order here? Let me see. Wait, what? Let's just remove this. Okay, so this is what our data looks like. Okay, now let's add if we add color here, I want to see the best way to add color and to make sense. Okay, so we could see if we zoom in here, let's say the United States, for example. Ooh, I have an idea. How about we use how about we use, hold on. Let's go back to this data. How about we use longitude why is it combining it? Huh. That's not helpful. How do we add color to this in a way that makes sense? That's the point. Okay, that's not gonna help. So let's just do color by country and region. That's just one way we could do it. So all of this is Canada. All of this is United States. Ooh. China. So it's basically doing this by state. Okay. Yeah, let's just leave it as it is and let the colors be by country. Alright, and let's make the same changes here. Actually, I want to link Oh, this actually doesn't look bad though. Ooh. So not every country has a province or state attached to it. So they just get null values. If I use, they just get null values if I use state slash province for the color. So I need to use something like country or region for the color. Well, can I use both? Let me see. It doesn't change much really. So yeah, let's just use this. Um, I think I want to add a filter here though. Um, that uses country and region. So if you just choose, I wanted to show me, okay, Belgium. Um, okay. What I was hoping to do is that if I click on a particular country to zoom to that country, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. Yeah, it doesn't show me the information that I want. Yeah, so that information is not very useful. So we have like different map view. So we could hover over the US, right? And then we can see like the different informations about it. So we've created different map views of what's happening with the coronavirus. So let's just focus on working on the dashboard, and once I finish up the dashboards, that will kind of be the last thing I will do for today for this project. I don't like how this looks. It's too congested. No. That just looks messy and congested. I'll create the visualizations in a different, yeah. Okay, so I want this to be on top. What's this doing? I actually want this to be on the right side. And this information came from a different data set. So um, actually, there's more stuff I want to add to the right. So I'm going to do that here in a minute. And if we choose more countries here, this chart will fill up. So cool. I kind of flag this dashboard, cases by country, crosstab, visualization by dates, cases by country, and then I could just have one map. Yeah. Coronavirus, deaths, recovered, confirmed, cases by date. Visualization of coronavirus, confirmed, recovered by country. Okay. Okay, so um mm, 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 mm. want to see something. Okay, so why wasn't it showing on the last line before? I'm just editing the title here. Same thing, but manual editing of the title. So okay, so cool. Now let's create let's say oh, this is hold on, view 2, and I have so many dashboards here. Okay, coronavirus map visualization by country and state. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this is a lot. I'll go ahead and click on save. And let's go back here to see what we got so far. And after you watch this video, you can always tell me like how I can improve or things I could change. You know, so I think that looks dope. Okay, so let's see if we could look at different visualizations. So yeah, I like that. So could we like let's see. If I click on this, okay, to give me the updated data, and then if I click on this, oh, I wanted to look at this one. Okay, it looks dope. And then if you hover over it, you get information about the different regions. Yeah, everything looks good to me. And of course you could click around here and choose different visualizations, or choose different things to look at. There's one last thing I want to do before I leave, or before I kind of finish this. So let's go here. Looks like somebody new joined us, which is awesome. Hey, if you're here, just like, I don't know, say hi. So earlier I was trying to do some kind of calculations, but it wasn't working. But the hacky way to do it is to do it manually, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's see. What I was trying to do earlier was to calculate percentages for this, but for some reason it just wasn't working right in Tableau. So I'm going to do it in Excel because I know I can do it quickly here. So this is what I'm looking for. I wanted to do this by country, and I wanted this number to be, let's say, I want to create information that shows percent of recovered confirmed cases. And I want this to word wrap. So this is percent of to death. And then I wanted to look at also percent of confirmed cases, well, not really. So I want to see no, let me see, this is not percentage. Let me calculate this real quick. So this here will be equal to the number of confirmed cases divided by the number of recovered people, right? And I got that backwards. The number of recovered people divided by the number of confirmed cases. I think that's what I'm looking for. Okay. I keep thinking this is Python, where you can just highlight stuff and press parentheses and everything will work perfectly. So times 100. Okay, so now I want this rounded. So hold up. I can do this. Format cells. Actually, I don't have to do this. Format cells, I want it to be percentage, and yeah, let's just do on decimal place. Okay. So this is the number of recovered cases. This number of people that are recovered compared to the number of people that has been confirmed. So about 47%. Okay, and this is the number of death to the number of people that are confirmed. Let's format this to be percentage, and let's make it one decimal place. So for Thailand, so for about 0.8% of people who has been confirmed to have the case, who has been confirmed to have the virus, has died from it. That's unfortunate. So but these numbers don't add up to 100% though, mainly because this data we have here is up until 3/15/2020. So it's not like super up to date. And once I make these changes here, the changes is automatically made in Tableau. And if you watch this, you could get ideas of different ways of different visualizations you could create with with Tableau and with this data set. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Percentage of confirmed who recovered. Percentage of confirmed. Okay, so this way it's very obvious, what the calculations you're making here is. Okay, let me go ahead and save this. And let's go back to Tableau and refresh our data. So let's go to our data source and let's see, refresh data source. If you have modified filters or hidden fields. Okay, I guess. Fingers crossed. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go back to our visualizations here and kind of see. I want to delete this. Okay, so this is definitely not refreshed. Refresh. Huh. Oh. Oh. I know why. I know what happened. Um, I changed the column names. Let's go back here and see. And now let's go back to our data source. And let's try to refresh our data again. Hmm. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of problem refreshing the data. Let's go here and yikes. Okay, so we may have to recreate all of this real quick. Yeah, I screwed up when I changed the data source. Okay, since I'm going to be re-uploading this, let me go ahead and make the changes I want to make now. At this point, we are pretty much done. I just have to reconnect the data. Okay, and let's say this was from okay, let me see. Oh man. I screwed up again. Or see, this didn't come out to be percentages. This sucks. A little. Okay. Let's when I formatted this to be percentages, when I transferred this data to Tableau, it didn't come out to be percentage, which is fine. Let's go back here and let's make this more change, and then we'll reconnect our data. So when I what? Oh, I was like, okay. So format cells, just number. This is how I want the data. Okay, and I want this is how it should look. All right. So now that we've made a few changes to the data source, let's go ahead and bring this back into this. And we may have to redo all of this real quick, but we already know how to recreate this, so redoing it won't be a problem. All right, yeah. Whoa, it's past 9 p.m. I need to hurry up and finish. All right, let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, why is this? Let me just make sure that's what we had before. And since I haven't clicked save on the desktops, it's still the old one that I want to have the dashboard. Do I all right. I want to have it exactly like this. So I have to recreate this real quick. Okay. It's using a different color palette, which is fine. Let me see which color do I like better. Doesn't really matter to me. So, okay, we've recreated this successfully. Now let's see. Let's go to this one. Yeah, that's not helping. This was supposed to be the line graph. No, 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 no. Why is it not showing me the data that I want? Country. Huh. Um. What? I want to look at yeah, that's what I've been looking for. I don't know why it wasn't working. Confirmed. Ooh, that looks terrible. Okay. I just want to confirm. I want to search for, so I know Thailand. So these numbers are not accurate, so I don't want the attributes. I want the counts. No. Hmm. No, this is not being represented the way I want it to. Let's see. Yeah, no, I want the actual numbers here, not like the sum. I don't want this. I don't want any calculation. I just want the number. How do you Oh, I could convert this. Hold on, let's see here. Okay, there we go. If I convert it into dimension, then it's doing what I want it to do now. Okay. Let's see. Whoa, why is it in red now? Huh. Maybe not. Okay, let's see. This is giving me a little headache. Let's convert this back to okay, I don't want the sum. I want the attribute. Why is it not there we go. It was just rounding it off, so I want perfect. That's really all I wanted the whole time. Okay. And let's go back here and let's change this back to measure and let's put this here. And now I want the attributes and let's format this into percentage. Let's make it one decimal place, or yeah. Excellent. That's exactly how I want it to be. So let's name this, let's put this in parentheses that this is a dashboard. Just makes it easier for people to find. You know, I should really go to sleep. So people know which one is a dashboard and which one is not a dashboard. All right. Okay, everything here seems fine still, which is cool. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, everything doesn't look fine over here. Let me see. Okay. Um, for the tooltip, I want I think I want totals. Okay. Okay, so for this particular area, this is the latitude, the longitude, and let's go to the U.S. Cook County, Illinois, the total confirmed. All right, so that's cool. All right, and that looks about right. Okay, let's fix this real quick. Actually, we could also add this here. Hmm. Mm. It's not letting me format exact. I don't know why it's not giving me the same number. I don't know why it's not giving me the number associated with it though. Let me see let me search for something like Thailand because I know the numbers for Thailand, so I just use Thailand to confirm. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. So he wants it in sum. I said 1 percentage point. Alright, so if I hover over this, it tells me. I said I wanted it in percentage. Why is it not showing up in percentage? Yeah, it's not showing up in percentage. I want it to I want it in percentage. Why is it not like? There we go. There we go. That's what we want. Those numbers are right now. Let's change this back to sum. And we've learned from the other one that this is, if you change it here in axis, it's not gonna work. This is where you change to percentage. Okay. So this is great visualization here. And let's make sure our new visualizations are reflected here. Actually, I could also take this data and put it in a table format. So okay, and all right, so here let's add, and for this second one, instead of doing, let's put it in a cross tab. So we have no, there we go, and I want the exact dates. No, this thing just keeps messing with me. Um, I don't want automatic, so I just want it to be in text. I want text format, and I want this to be a exact date, and I want it to be like this. And okay, so that's way too much information. So let's filter. Mm, no. Let's say relative. So let's do by individual dates, and let's do show filter. Okay, so now you could be like, okay, on this day, and why is it not showing me? Okay, so why is this on the bottom when it should be on top? Mm, 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 mm. So you could filter by date, and you could look at like, okay, so for this date and this date. Mm, this information is not very useful though. Let's do it by week number, by weekday. Now this visualization is not adding any more value, so let's just delete it. And it's almost 10 p.m. I said I was going to get off at 9, and it's almost 10. And this is 10 p.m. Pacific time, which is like 1 a.m. other people's time. It's crazy. All right, let me get off here real quick. So we've created kind of the visualizations that I wanted to create. I want to bring this here. Okay. And I want to leave this as it is. Okay, that looks good to me. And yeah. And let's see, Belarus, China. You can select different countries. Okay, this dashboard looks good to me. I kind of like it. And let's look at this here. Looks good to me. And let's look at this one. Looks good to me. All right, let's go ahead and click save one more time. Yeah, I know it's almost like 10 p.m. I should be in bed already. And here I am talking to you all. So that's one thing about data science. Like you get into it and you are just stuck. Like you just keep working. You always find new things to do. Like always. All right. So I've shared kind of this link, and let me see if I can find. Let me see. Where's the ones I've my profile? To do activity. Thank you. If you go to activity, that's where you find it. Well, that doesn't help. Let me see. How do I find my own visualizations? That's a really good question. Well, I guess this is it. Let's see. I've shared this link in the description of this video, so you can click on it and you can look at the visualization at any time. If this will actually load. Alright, there we go. And then let's just choose a few more of this and make sure it works. Ooh, that's a lot. So we can kind of see the raw stats for this, and we can kind of see the graph representing it. Why is this in percentage sign? That's a good. Why is this in percentage? Hmm. Let's go back to Tableau real quick and let's look at is this right here. So let's look at the filters for it. Let's look at let me see. I see. This is only showing countries by region. Let's see. Let's add province and states. Hmm. So this is just country and regions, but it's not showing the different province and states. Let's want to add, what is it? See, that's the thing about data science. Just you're always finding something new. Let me see here. So I don't know why I didn't put action count right there. Let me see if I could make the changes here. I want to add could I see. And it gives me the country / region information on top. And then let me see. If I do it by, well, the problem with do it by state / province is that not every country has a state or province, so not every country will be represented. So I need to do it by country / region. Yeah, only United States and China actually has data for province and state. The other countries don't. Okay. So we have to do it by country. Let's look at let's look at let's look at China for instance. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's not showing the data for Australia, and I don't know why, but for like other countries, it's kind of showing the data for it. Whoa. Oh, I see, I see. Because under China, there's different provinces, there's different like regions, under China. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Let's go back to the way it was before. So 1 point. Okay, just making sure our calculations are right. So we can add one more filter. And let's do China. I wanted to add like one more filter where we could like say just for the China, let's look at the data just for China, and let's look at the data just for US. I think that might be a second visualization where we just look at the data for China and just the data for US. So let's see here. Let's duplicate this real quick, and now instead of filtering by this, let's filter by province. Wait, why wasn't this working before? That's what I tried to do here, filter by province. Okay. Why wasn't this working before? This is crazy. This is what I was trying to do before. Well, in that case, I don't need this then. Let's also okay. Cool. Now let's, instead of choosing everything, let's also show this filter. So if you choose something like China, we could choose specific regions of China. So let's just choose these two. We could compare the different regions. Okay. Cool, cool. Now, what if we choose a hmm. Well, the problem with this, with creating visualization like this, is that we have to choose yeah. Mm. Yeah, I may have to create a different visualization that just looks at US and China. But I can do that a different day. Like, I could go on forever on this, you know. Uh yeah, I'm actually going to duplicate this, and just this is just for US and China. Yeah. Yeah, I think doing it uh dynamically is the best option. No. Okay, so I want to show okay. I'm trying to find. Mm, let's edit this again. Okay. Now let me take Awesome. Awesome. So whatever change, okay, this is good. Whatever changes I make here is applied to this worksheet too. Or should be. Okay, awesome. But whatever changes I make here is not applied to anywhere else. This is good. Now let's do something else. Let's duplicate this. Okay. And let's see. US and China only. Okay. And okay, so this and this, these two data sets are still linked. Okay, I want to make, okay, selected worksheet, and let's see. Now let's go back here, and the changes should be reflected. I think so. So now let's add if we go back here. Okay, so let's show this filter. So that's China. So instead of selecting everything, let's just choose this couple of actually I do not want China. Let's just leave China here, and let's just choose oh, that's why. That okay. That's the visualization I'm looking for right there. Yeah. Okay. So we've created a lot of visualizations here today, which is good. All right, so let's go ahead and create one more dashboard just for US and China data. So from here you can choose your province and then choose the state, and then you can kind of look at the visualizations for it. Trying to see what is the best way to do this. So let's see. Okay. Just something else I wanted to check. Oh, it's already past 10 p.m. I need to go to bed. For real though. Let's see. There's something else I need to check real quick. Then I'll go to bed for sure. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so let me see. Dashboard only. And to see, can I? Let's see. I have so many dashboards I can't find what I'm looking for. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Could I here? Let's see here. Mm, I'm looking at state/province country. This is what I'm looking need to look for. But I just want to show the two countries. I don't like Okay, so okay, so I think I'm pretty much done with what I want to do here. Um, kind of want this on top. Okay. Oh, I want to use this as a filter too. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that looks good to me. So you can choose China or, but if we choose US, then we can kind of see the raw data for it, and then okay, this is good. This is the table is working exactly how I want it to work. Although there's one more thing I want to add here. Um, I have so many visualizations now. It's kind of like okay. So let's see. I wanted to add from this perspective. I wanted to add let me see. I know for a fact that King County Let's see, king. Alright, so let's go to king, country. Okay. Okay, so this is the data we have. Alright, so this looks good to me. Just like so many things here. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done here. Wait, I'm missing some. Hold on. This is for US and China. Hold on. Where's my other visualizations? Mm. Wait, where is my other visualization? Visualizations. Let me see. Not this. Not this one. How do I see all my other visualizations? I wanted to change something. Hold on. Yeah, if I go to yeah, this workbook, that's what the workbook I was looking for. It's like, where did it go? Um yeah, I don't want this one. I want the attributes, and even at attributes it's not looking right. Let's see. What am I doing? Yeah, it's kind of hard to get that for country specific. Let me see. Ooh. So this attributes information is useful for some countries, but it's not useful for some countries. So countries with multiple provinces and states, this is not kind of useful for them. But individual countries like this information is kind of useful. So if you go to, let's say, Brazil, we have that information. Cambodia. Now if we drill down into, here's the other dashboard that I created, if I can find it. But I can go ahead and save this. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about these visualizations or any ideas or suggestions of what I can do to improve the visualizations, just let me know. So if we go to this dashboard, and let's say US and China only. So let's see, so yeah, everything works as expected, and of course I could select one specific place and get more information about it. So yeah, this is cool. This has been great. This is really awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for watching. And like I said, like later on, if you decide to watch this video, like when you watch this video later on, just let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know what I can do to improve the visualizations, or like different things I could try. But thank you for coming, and I'm going to put this link in the description right now so I don't forget. This is where I got the data set from. Yeah, so this is where I got the data set from. I'm going to put this link in the description right now so that I wouldn't forget. That's it. Thank you. Ask questions in the comments and just let me know. And if you want me to create cool visualizations like this for you, just contact me. I like this job. I like to create stuff like this. All right. Bye.